Welcome to the Vegan Squad Health and Fitness Summit. I am John Thomas, aka the Bodybuilding Vegan, and I am so glad you are here. We have so much information, knowledge, experience to share with you, and I'm so excited for all that you're about to get to learn. Make sure you guys stay until the end of the videos. There is a huge special going on. If you haven't already taken part in it, it will be in the description box down below. And I'm also going to include the link to the VIP tickets that you've already purchased in case you want to send it to a friend. Welcome to the Vegan Squad Health and Fitness Summit. I am John Thomas, aka the Bodybuilding Vegan, and I am so glad you are here. We have so much information, knowledge, experience.
Welcome everyone. I am Coach Alexis, one of the vegan squad coaches. I've had caffeine, so I'm really hyper. Normally I have matcha, but I forgot to pack my matcha. And my talk is going to be secrets to booty building, glute growth masterclass. So I guess glute growth one-on-one. Now, what I would love to, and here's my personal transformation. So a little bit about me. I had an eating disorder for most of my life. So I realized it when I was about 10 years old. So terrible. I was like having lunch with my friends, and I wasn't really eating, and I was like 10, and I was at that stage where I was like really lightheaded and I had no energy, and then my friend gave me a bite of her sandwich, and then all of a sudden I had energy, and I was like, oh my god, that memory is like really stuck in my mind. Anyway, eating disorder lasted till 3 years ago when I started strength training. So that has been absolutely huge. I was like starving myself to be skinny because beauty standards back in the 90s. Plus, I'm also Asian, and Asian beauty standards are just like unreal. So I don't know if you've seen that lately, but at the moment there is this trend where your waist can't be bigger than like this Asian beauty standard, where your waist can't be bigger than an A4 piece of paper. Like that is absolutely crazy. So it is extremely, extremely unhealthy. And there is no like, growing muscle, etc. That is not a thing. That is not a thing in specifically Asian beauty standards. I know, it's so incredibly sad. So I started myself to be skinny all of those years. So from 10 to 3 years ago, I'm currently 39. So you do the math. I'm really not good at math. And what was probably the scariest, which I didn't really realize was which was such a mental shift as well, is for about 10 years, in my adulthood, so like the last 10 years before I started strength training. So I started when I was like, I don't know, I'm not good at math. That's why I have ChatGPT. I was at 39 kilograms. So I think that's like 86 pounds, like super light. I am very small, but 39 kilograms because I wanted to have a thigh gap. So if you've had an eating disorder or you've starved yourself to be skinny, please let me know into the chat. And that's why this was such a big deal for me, this booty building thing, because it's completely changed my life in the sense where I went from wanting to be skinny to now being such an advocate of being strong, right? Because how amazing does it feel? Like type in strong into the chat box if you love feeling strong. And like I say to my clients, it makes you feel powerful, especially as a woman, because it makes you feel like you can do absolutely anything in every other area of your life. Like it makes you feel invincible, right? And it's such a nice feeling. And something personally for me, like I'm such a girl's girl. I love picking up the really heavy weights in the gym, and all the big gym bros are like, whoa. And I've had people ask me like, are you training for a comp, or like, how are you so strong when you're so small? I'm 147 centimeters. So that's, I think, 4'10" feet, like super small, super, super small. So that was the other thing. The whole skinny thing and trying to be skinny, it impacted my growth. So I didn't actually grow beyond a 10-year-old. So I fit in my niece's clothes. Actually, she's like stealing my clothes at the moment. She's like 8. So this was such a confidence building thing for me. So I know that with beauty building, yes, it is aesthetic and yes, it is fun. But the biggest thing is the confidence that you feel in yourself and your ability to do absolutely everything in every other area of your life, which is incredible. So strong, 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 strong. I love this. This is amazing. All right. I have to flip back and forth to be able to see comments. So this is what today's talk is about. So we're going to learn exactly how to grow your glutes from the right way, from pancakes to peaches, and avoid the biggest mistakes that most people make that stop booty growth. So this is not just with booty growth, but this is muscle building and getting strong in general. So what I would love to know, because I want to tailor this especially to suit your needs into the chat, is what do you specifically want to learn? Like, do you want to learn how to grow your booty? Do you want to learn the biggest mistakes? Where are you in your journey? Because I see there's a big subsection of men and women in here. So I really want to know, like, what is it that you specifically want to learn from this chat? Or are you just here for the vibes? I've had that happen before where people are just here for the vibes. I'm like, okay, I'll roll with that. Let me know the vibes. Let me know in the chat. Thank you. Vibes. Okay, there are 29 people. Okay, man booty, love this. This is so cool. I love guys who want to grow booty. Grow the peach. Here for the vibes and to learn. Amazing. Vibes, but man booty is cool too. Haha, make that peach. Yes. This is so good. Peach building. It's so incredibly important. Learn. Okay. And secondly, like, why? Getting more cake. Oh my God, these booty terms are so funny. I'm here to support my favorite Aussie. Nice. Getting more cake. Are you here to build a bakery? Like, who is here to build a bakery? Let me know in the chat. And if you have someone who is trying to grow some buns, then go and forward this, like go and forward them the link or the Eventbrite link and be like, you need to get on this call like ASAP, or you need to buy VIP like ASAP. Because I promise you, I was so incredibly skinny, as you saw by my picture. Let me just go back. I did not have a booty like that. Like I literally went from pancake to peaches. And I'm Asian. Like, this is not in my genetics. So if I can do it, everybody can. Plus eating disorder, not fun. Sun's out, fun's out. Yes. So go and invite someone into this right now. Sun's out, fun's out. These are so funny. These terms are amazing. All right. Now I know what you want. You all want to grow the peach. You all want to build some cake. Let's get into it. All right. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story. I told you a tiny bit already. But what triggered this initially, because I've only been strength training for 3 years. Like, it hasn't been a long journey for me. I'm probably the least, I've been working at the least in the entire team. And like I said, like a large portion of that was I was on the skinny bandwagon. So I'm gonna like rattle off a couple of things. So type into the chat box if you're guilty, like type in guilty if you've done one of these things. So I cut out carbs. I did way too much cardio. I was like one of those HIIT queens where I did HIIT all the time. I absolutely loved it. And obviously, like, I was trying every single diet under the sun. I did keto. I did loads of different things because I thought like that was a way to look toned and fit. So type in guilty if you've done any of those things. And I didn't, and you know, there was so much guilty. Fasting, yes, fasting. I did that one as well. And like I'm born and raised in Australia. So the kind of like Kayla Innes was such a big deal. I don't know if you all seen Kayla Innes. Girl is skinny AF, right? So that was like Barbie, they was Sailor Moon, they were such massive influences. So when I started, I was 39, like I said, I was 39 kg. I actually did manage to achieve the thigh gap, which I was so proud of. Then now I'm just like, what thigh gap? Like, who wants that? Yes, limit myself to 1 meal per day. It's so like, so many people have struggled with this, right? And what I hate is skinny is coming back. So this is also why, like, myself, Ali, Samira, in particular, we're so passionate about advocating strong, especially for women, is because the whole skinny trend is coming back. So I don't know if you know, but like, if you look at Ariana Grande in Wicked and the partner that she's with at the moment, they're so incredibly skinny. Emily in Paris. And it honestly makes me sick seeing them on social media and on TV because they're advocating an unhealthy lifestyle, right? Whereas here, we're all about strength. We're all about longevity. We're all about not just looking good, but feeling really confident and feeling really strong in yourself and in your mindset as well. And this is such a big part of what we do here in Vegan Squad. Okay, so my story's a bit of a funny one. So I dated this guy, and he's the only vegan guy that I've ever dated. And I live in Barcelona most of the year. And I don't have the best track record with relationships. Anyway, so I walked in on him on a date with another girl on my birthday. That completely sucked. And yeah, like, so that was 3 years ago. So I can talk about it with a smile on my face now. Because, like, good riddance. Like, you're the trash. You took yourself out. I'm going to swear because that's me. Thank fuck. And I just wanted a really healthy way to process it. So the good thing about him was that he was a gym junkie and he was also into calisthenics. And so he was incredibly fit. And I was already vegan and I was doing, you know, loads of cardio, rollerblading, etc. But I decided after that breakup, I was like, I'm going to have a breakup glow up. I'm going to get fit as fuck. This is going to be my breakup glow up. And because I just needed to channel like my rage and my sadness into something positive for me. I wanted it to be a healing, growing, positive experience. And I thought, you know, for fun, I'm going to grow my glutes because I've never done that before. And why not? So I went really deep into this journey. Anyway, these photos are now of what I look like now. And I'm 39. So I turned 40 next year. When I started, it was 3 years ago. So what I want to share is that, like, if I can do it, anybody can. Anybody can. And the biggest thing, it wasn't just like, yes, like growing glutes, having glutes. That's nice. Like, it's really nice. I had to throw out so many pairs of pants and shorts That is not something they talk about when you grow your glutes. You need a whole new wardrobe. Yes, I know it's funny, but like, do you know how many pairs of shorts that I have? Like, I really like all those shorts. Now it's hard to find shorts. So, but the confidence is really nice because I've been on a massive self-love journey, and let me know in the chat if you've experienced as well. I was so incredibly self-critical. Like, I would look in the mirror and I'd pick out all the things that I hated about myself, and like I got to a stage where I couldn't even look in the mirror. That completely sucked. And now I'm one of those girls. Like, I will trade, and then I will go and take videos, and I will take selfies, and I'm just like, yes, this is what I look like now. This is how I feel now, because growing muscles is addictive. It's so addictive. Like, type in addictive if you're on that bandwagon where you're like, I love feeling strong and I love growing muscles. And here's something that I say specifically especially to my clients, is that this is the one area of your life where you have 100% control over, right? 100% control, because work, money making, business, relationships, kids, family, whatever, like any type of relationship, you have to rely on somebody else to an extent. But how you look and how you feel and how strong you are and your muscles and how you look in the mirror, that is 100% on you. That is 100% on you. And if you can build that discipline and that muscle addiction and that motivation and your consistency with your eating habits, your recovering habits, all of those things, you can look in the mirror and be like, I did that. So I feel proud if you're at that stage where you're like, yes, I've done that. And the only person that you can compare yourself to is like forget about other people, is yourself, is like who you were in the past. So if you're not taking regular progress pictures, I invite you to start taking regular progress pictures, even if you don't feel great about yourself yet, because I guarantee you one day you're going to look back and you're going to be like, wow, I did that. So type in proud if you get what I mean, right? And trust me, when I first took these pictures, I was not proud. I was not happy. And for the first couple of months, I was not happy and I was not proud. But because I kept consistently doing it and I was committed, because this was the one time where I was like, I'm throwing myself all in. Like, I am going all in on this. So I gained 7 kg. And I don't know, someone please translate that into pounds, in 6 months. And I grew my booty in 6 months. And now, after listening to Coach Tamira's talks, I know that you can recomp fastest in the first 6 months. I'm so grateful that I took on board, like I did as much as I could. But what I want to share is all the mistakes that I made along the way and how you can shortcut this so you get these results a lot faster. And remember, yes, it is, thank you, Ashley. So 15 pounds. But that was 15 pounds of muscle, because I don't have much body fat. So, and being able to do, and like I remember the gym trainers, they were laughing at me, and like they didn't see my vision, and now they do not laugh. All right, let me catch up quickly with these comments. I'm loving your interaction, guys. Like, you are all amazing. By the way, if you want to come with me at any time, please feel free. Guilty of self-depreciating. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Alex. 1000%. Yeah, you're the only person that can make yourself feel better and tell yourself that you're worthy and deserving of love. And trust me, like, I've been on this journey. I'm still on this journey, and that is like the number one thing, that your self-responsibility, self-awareness, it is huge. Okay, proud of recovering from my eating disorder relationship with my body than any other accomplishment. 1000%. Something I used to say, and I used to write this in my content, is my biggest struggle, my greatest success is my relationship with my body. Type in relationship if you feel the same. Really is addictive, and your confidence also addictive. Rubs off on me. Progress picture that I've been doing more regularly since Samira, and I had a chat about that on a call and on Insta. Fantastic. I love that. Yes, everyone, progress pictures. Like, if that is the number one takeaway that you take from this, then please post more progress. Please, you don't just have to post progress pictures, but just take them for yourself. Alexis, how do you talk so fast? Caffeine made you extra sober. Yes. A couple of things. Caffeine. I think I've always spoken fast, and I'm in Australia, family trip, family holiday. Like, my family my parents live in Australia, but my brothers live in Asia, and we're all back here to spend family time together. I live in Europe. I live in Barcelona. So I kind of feel like, like, who else feels like this? Like, when you're with your family, you're kind of different. And then when you get to do like something that you love with the community that you helped build, like you just become more of yourself, like more of the stuff that you've been working on. So that's another reason why I'm speaking so fast, because I'm really happy and I'm really excited and I love doing this. Alexis speed is my normal speed. If I'm talking if I'm talking too quickly, please let me know. I used to have complaints about that weekly. Alrighty, let's get back into this. It makes it more engaging. Yeah. So yeah, we need to normalize being healthy again. Yes, normalize healthy and strong. Passion makes us talk fast. Now I'm just way too much caffeine. Okay. So that is my story. Actually, a couple of other things that I wanted to share with this is health issues. Oh my freaking goodness. So with starving myself, I didn't realize, and the stress that I was putting onto my body, I didn't realize that I was self-inflicting so many different things. So I shared a lot of Coach Samira and I share a lot of similarities in that space. So when I'm going to drop in all the health issues that I had, please drop into the chat what you resonate with or what you have in common. So asthma, colds, flus, bronchitis every 3 months. Like, I'm not even joking, like every 3 months on repeat. Massive depression, anxiety, obviously, starving myself, not fun. Hives, rashes, acne, joint pain so bad that I could not sleep at night. That came up in my 20s. And then gut health issues. So bloating, gas, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. What else? I can't even remember. Headaches, migraines, and then periods that would last for months on end. And then I went to gynecologist. I went to different doctors. I went to different hospital visits. Like, had loads of different tests, like cancer scares, all of that. And literally within 6 months of going vegan, they all disappeared. And I didn't even realize it. So, yes, exactly. Bruising. Oh, yeah, I bruise super easily. It's crazy. Low energy, chronic fatigue. Like, I was always tired. See, look how many people have had the same kind of issues. Chronic stress. So, periods from hell. Yes. Like, I thought I would just have food poisoning during my periods, but I didn't realize that it was my hormones being completely out of balance. So this is massive. Like, so many, and the reason why I'm asking you to type in what you resonate with in the chat is I want everyone to feel like, A, you belong, B, you're not alone, and C, so many other people going through the same thing, right? So many migraines, constipation, loads of anxiety. Yes, constipation, like low iron, definitely. I remember back then I was either constipated or had diarrhea and vomiting. Like, not fun, not a fun cycle to be in. And now I know it was because of, obviously, food stress, everything that I was consuming. I used to love eating a lot of cheese, dairy, chocolate, ice cream, all the things, as well as stress and mental stress, emotional stress, relationship stress. I was a massive people pleaser, type of people pleaser. Into the comments if you resonate, like toxic relationship magnet, so many different things. And body dysmorphia, 1000%. I would always see myself as fat. I was someone said I had chubby legs in school, and that's always stuck with me. And then I was called fat. I've never been fat. And yeah, they really stay with you. So you're not alone, and we can absolutely get through this. People pleasing to the max, absolutely. Now, all of these things, they really impact your results. 1000% they impact your results. As Coach Samira went through and Coach Ali went through, they impact your results and your longevity. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that as we go along. Okay, so but first of all, I want to share what are the biggest mistakes that I made, even though I got results really quickly and I did I'm happy with the growth, but I could have grown so much faster. And working with the girls, the women that I've been working with, they grow so much faster because I learned from my mistakes and I'm teaching the shortcuts. So I'm going to give you 10 massive shortcuts. So this is not just mistakes, but this is also how you grow, not just your booty, because obviously this is a booty building class, but your muscle in general, right? So the first thing, number 1, changing the plan and doing too many exercises or not having the right plan. Oh my goodness. I swear, if you go on Instagram or TikTok and you look at all the fitness influencers and all the booty building programs, it's insane. It's ridiculous. So I'm gonna give everyone tips. So type in, like, you can either type it into the chat or type it into or write it in your journal. These things. So first of all, the plan. Your plan should not change. This is just booty building, right? So we're not going to talk about legs, but that's a different topic. We're going to be just talking about just your buns because we're baking cakes. So just to bake your cake, you only need 4 exercises. If you have more than 4 or 5 exercises max, if you're having more than that, way too many exercises, right? Secondly, changing the plan every 6 months, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever. No. Stick to the same plan. You can literally use the same plan for years, right? So what does need to change is obviously the weight. So you should be progressive overloading. So going heavier and also training to failure. So training to the point where you're just, yes, only 4 ingredients. Oh my God, Ashley, that's amazing. 4 ingredients to bake bread for the bakery. 4 ingredients. You need 4 ingredients, right? And obviously there's different variations based on where you are in your journey, what feels most comfortable for you, what you like doing, but 4 variations. 4 variations. Alexis, don't drink caffeine before I talk. Okay. And also changing the plan, like changing the plan every couple of months. It's not required, right? You don't have to. Why? Because then you're having to learn a brand new exercise every 4 months, 6 weeks, whatever. When really one of the most important things, I'm just going to skip to number 4, is making sure that you have the right form. Your form has to be absolutely perfect. This is with every single exercise. Form is number 1. Like, please type that into the chat. Form is number 1. Because if you're not doing the right form, you could be injuring yourself, you're not working out the right muscles, and you're wasting your time, right? Exactly. So I know, like, my gay husband is visa married, so I can live in Spain. He's also my best friend. Anyway, my visa husband, my gay husband, he always complains to me. He's like, oh, but like, I'm so bored of my exercise. Well, you look the same. Stick to the same exercise. Go heavier, get stronger at it. Go, like, lift more weights with it. Get better at your form. I guarantee you'll grow. And this is what I tell everyone. For all those people that are like, oh, but gym workouts are boring. When you see the muscles in the mirror, you won't think it's boring. It becomes addictive, right? Then the second thing is, in relation to form, is pausing. Who sees people at the gym and they're just like doing exercise like really, really quickly? What are y'all doing? Pause at the point when you're like at the right points, right? So for a hip thrust, it's at the top, okay? For an RDL, it's at the bottom. So pause, like for a kickback, when your leg is up, pause through the pain. Everyone type this in. Pause through the pain. Yeah, I'm not going to move until we say pause through the pain, because that is so incredibly important. Pause through the pain. Yes, pause through the pain. That's where we grow. 1000%. Pause through the pain. Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Samira. Alrighty. Now going back. So then, and overtraining and doing too many exercise. Oh my goodness. So you all know, like, I love to rollerblade. There was a point, I think it was last year, and I was training and I was eating and I was doing all the things, but I was rollerblading every day for about at least half an hour, a minimum half an hour. And I was like, why aren't I growing? Okay, overtraining. So to grow your glutes 2 to 3 times a week, max. Right? So who's been trying to do more than that? Yes, too much cardio burns muscle, 1000%. And it also depends on your metabolism. If you have a high and fast metabolism, you're going to burn through really, really quickly. I have a super high and fast metabolism, so I can't do much cardio, right? Like, I don't run. I hate running. I have boobs. Like, why? Like, why would I want to put myself through that pain? No. So it's true, right? Like, no, it's just a flat no. And like Coach Samira said in her talk, like, find cardio that's fun, but depending upon what your goals are, my goal isn't to really build loads of endurance or to be super fast. My goal is to be super, super strong, because I am 39. I turn 40 next year. Muscle mass is like dying every single year. So I want to build as much as possible. So for all you cardio kings and queens out there, focus on strength training, especially as you age. Obviously, cardio, yes, that's important. Get your 10,000 steps in, etc. But remember that if you're overtraining and you're doing too much exercise, you're doing too much cardio, that is going to eat into your muscle gains. So figure out what is your goal. So everyone type into the chat, what is your goal? Like, what is your goal? Do you want to build a bakery? Do you want to just get really freaking strong? What is it? Muscle money, cardio bunny. Yes, muscle mommy. I used to be a cardio bunny. I'm so glad she's dead. Big buns. Okay, big buns, strong muscles. Love this. Okay, want to build muscle 1,000%. Love it. Okay. Training glutes has been a total game changer for me. It's helped eliminate so many imbalances. Plus, let's be honest, peach gains are pretty great bonus too. Yeah, you just look better. Lean muscles and buns. This is so good. I'm also so like amused how many guys are in this chat. This is so funny. I didn't think this was going to peach cobbler. And you're coming up with the best lines. Because someone in the team like write down all these lines. These are so good. We're gonna use this in content. All right. Okay, tight hips and not stretching properly. So dynamic stretching beforehand, but making sure that you are stretching at those hips, because if you're not stretching at those hips properly, so mobility work, and like I just do simple ones just before I work out, then you're not going to be activating your glutes, right? That was a game changer. So type in hip stretches if you're going to start to implement that into your workouts. Once had a client compare me to Cosmic Wonder Woman. Yes, love that. Great goal. So good. So stretching at your hips is so incredibly important. Yes, hip stretches. Type it into the chat. Hip stretches, like deep hip stretches. I'm talking about like deep yoga style hip stretches. Like I stretch to a point before I work out. Like I will go and claim the hip thrust machine and then do my deep hip stretches before it, to the point where it's like uncomfortable. You know, when people are just like looking at like, what are you doing? I'm stretching at my hips so I can grow my glutes faster. That's what I'm doing. I get to that level of yes, hip stretches, hip strengthening exercises, 1,000%. Exactly. Okay, and then the fifth, I'm going to give you 10 mistakes and then 10 tips. The fifth one is stress or not sleeping enough. Like we've been talking about this the entire summit. If you are stressed, this impacts so many different things. Especially for women, if you're stressed, your body is going to hang on to fat and it's not going to build muscle. Period. And there's different stresses. Obviously, Coach Samira and Ali both went into this, but I'm gonna list these, but please type it into the chat. What is the stressor that you need to work on? So there's environmental stress. So where you are, like physically, right? That and like I lived in 2 places that had mold for 4 of the 5 years that I was in Barcelona, that I had been in Barcelona. And so there's environmental stress, there's relationship stress, like, you know, when, like Ali said, when you're not taking up space and you're not speaking your truth, that's a big thing. As well as, like, are you tolerating toxic people in your life? Are you tolerating toxic treatment? This year, I'm having my, like, I've had enough moments this year. And I'm just like, you know, those people that are like, oh, Merry Christmas, rah, rah, rah. Where I'm like, I don't even, like, why? Like, I don't want you in my life anymore. I want new energy. I'm just deleting. Whereas in the past, I used to people please be like, oh yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, blah. And then the conversation kept going. Now I'm just like, no. Delete, like block and delete. Wakanda style, right? So decluttering and simplifying, exactly. So relationship stress. There's also like environmental stress, as in your physical space. Like, is your physical space bringing you calm or is it bringing you chaos? And it could be the country that you live in. Like, there's a reason why I live in Barcelona. It makes me happy. Australia's not my happy place, right? And I've traveled like around Europe and around Asia a lot, and that's just like, it's just a place where I feel like most me, and I feel like I come alive, and I built my community outside of this amazing community. So there's environmental stress. So type it into the stresses, like there's work stress, there's money stress, there's food stress, so inflammation. Are you consume, like, you know, alcohol, gluten, dairy, sugar? So food stress. There is and just not having enough rest, like not having enough sleep. And there's different types of rest as well. So like, what do you need to give and this is a really good one. So what do you need to give your mind body and your energy. And it's a really good practice to do it in the mornings or whenever you're feeling like, oh my God, everything is a lot. What does my mind need? What does my body need? What does my energy need? And whatever is the first answer that comes in, go and give yourself that. Right? So all of these factors, and obviously physical stress, if you're overtraining like I used to, all of these factors will deter your results. They will impact your results. So hanging on to fat and not building the muscle that you want. Exactly. And morning rituals. We have an amazing morning rituals online course in our Vegan Squad community. Can someone drop the link in to join? Which is incredible. And that goes through a lot of that as well. Like, are you fasting too much? Are you not eating enough? Are you not eating the right things? All of those things. And sleep. Because your muscles, they tear during your workouts and then they grow during sleep. So if you're not in deep recovery sleep, then your muscles aren't going to grow. Right? So type in that your buns grow in the oven and the oven is sleep. Oh my God, this is like the funniest. I've never done a well, no, I have done beauty building classes before, but I feel like this is the funniest. So your buns grow in the oven and that oven is sleep. Yeah, I'm not saying it in the comments. Buns are in the oven and growing uncontrollably. Oh my goodness. Plus, it makes sitting so much more comfortable. I used to be so skinny that I could feel my tailbone and I couldn't sit for long periods of time. And now I can sit a lot. Like, now that doesn't bother me. Okay, let's get back to bun mistakes. Okay. All right. So, not properly progressive. Does sitting make your bun smaller? No, it doesn't make your bun smaller. But we should be moving every 30 minutes. So, also in our Vegan Squad community, we had the 10K a day steps challenge. And then the other thing we had was, if you can't do 10K steps a day, this has come out, it's quite recent actually. I think the studies came out last year. Then do at least 10 squats every 45 minutes. The squat challenge. Exactly, the squat challenge. I love seeing people in the community in here. It's amazing. So making sure that you're moving, and those are just body weight squats. You don't have to do weighted squats. If you do weighted squats, even better. That's the other thing. That's the other mistaken myth I want to bust. You don't have to do squats to build your booty. You don't have to do squats. There's other exercises, right? So that's also a myth. And remember how many exercises we're doing? We're only doing 4, maximum 5. Because if you're training to failure and you're progressive overloading on those exercises, you're going to be exhausted, like absolutely exhausted, right? So what does this mean? What does this look like? So it looks like when you're training, you're not doing the same weights every single week. You're increasing the weights, and yes, you're increasing the weights, and you're getting to a stage where you're training on the last couple of reps, you're like, you can barely do it, right? You're training to failure till your muscles kind of give out. And then that's the point where your muscles are starting to tear, and then they can grow in the oven when you're sleeping. I've heard sitting is the new smoking. Yeah, sitting is the new smoking. Absolutely. I'm loving the chat. It's so good. So I've seen girls at the gym, and I swear they're doing the weirdest exercises. They're doing loads of exercises, and they're doing light ass weights. And I'm like, that's the reason why your buns aren't growing. So making sure that you're progressive overloading in a safe way, because we've got to prioritize form, right? Okay. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat as well. Then not eating enough. Oh my goodness, this is such a big thing. I had so many like people coming up to me and they're like, oh, like I want to grow my glutes, but I don't want to get fat. You have to be eating enough. You have to be fueling your body with the right nutrition to build muscle. Why am I imagining a cigarette in between 2 small sitting pancakes? I'm going to stand up now. I feel like we all need to stand up for 30 minutes. Okay, so making sure that you're eating, especially when you're starting in more, so a slight calorie surplus to grow your booty. And then you can get to a stage where you can get lean gains. And you know how like, oh, this is such a funny trend where the girls say, I wanted to grow my abs, but there's been no songs about abs. Right? So absolutely, you can absolutely grow both. But if you're trying to prioritize booty first, then it's okay to have not have just go abs straight away, right? Because cakes take time to do. Please everyone say that. Cakes take time to do. I'm sitting all day, so I'm sitting. I've been standing all day. Amazing. So everyone's standing, type in standing. It's not valid. Awesome. So now we're going to get a little bit more personal. So making sure that you're training right for your body type. Right? So I subscribe a lot to Ayurveda, and there's 3 different body types. So with Ayurveda, there's and I can go into this in more detail in a different talk. But basically, what someone prescribes to you as healthy or your plan, etc., may not be best suited for your body type, right? So, for example, my body type, I'm smaller by nature, I'm thinner by nature, I'm always cold. Type in cold if you resonate. I don't have the best circulation. So the food that I have to be eating, irrespective of whether or not it's summer, winter, spring, what stage of my menstrual cycle that I'm in, are warmer foods. And I have a super fast digestion and a super fast metabolism, right? So I have to be eating enough of the right foods for my specific body type. And everyone has a different, and like we have different body types. So understanding what is your specific body type, how do you need to eat, what types of foods do you need to eat that are the best supplement for your body type, and when you need to eat food is so incredibly important. That is such an incredible game changer. Okay, type of body type. If yes, exactly. By the way, if you're not walking, if you're not standing, I invite you to stand right now. Join me. I'm standing on the balcony. Okay, and then doing too much cardio, we've spoken about that. The last thing is training like a man and not like a woman. So I'm so incredibly guilty of this, and type in guilty would be guilty about this as well, where I did like 6-week workouts, 6-week plans. I bought so many different plans from so many different coaches before I created my own. 6-week plans, 8-week plans, 12-week plans, etc. So many different plans. And what works the best, especially if you're still menstruating, is a plan that is in alignment with your menstrual cycle. I spotted in actively. That's so funny. So I'm going to go into that next. Now this is for women who are menstruating, so in their menstrual cycle. Now for men, because I know there's a lot of you guys on here, this is also great information for you to support the women in your life and to get a little bit of, I guess, awareness and understanding of what they're going through. Okay, but I won't spend too much time on this because I know we do have to go. Yeah. Alrighty, ladies. So type in cycle if you know about your menstrual cycle, and this is such a big game changer when it comes to growing your dude. So basically, we have a 28-day cycle, right? And what that means is pretty much, well, okay, it's not every single week, but virtually, like pretty much every single week, we're a different person. Our hormones are different, our metabolism is different, how we hold onto weight and fluid retention is different, our energy levels are different during each phase of our cycle, which is insane, right? So that affects what we eat, how we eat, as well as our strength levels. So when we're starting to train and balance our hormones at the same time, when you're combining it all, so in line with your body type, as well as in line with your menstrual cycle, you expedite your results when you do it in alignment with the different seasons. So I'm going to explain what the seasons are. So the first one is my favorite season. That is summer, right? So summer is ovulation. So during your summer season, you are the strongest. Your metabolism is really good during this stage. You're also at your most snatched. So this is a really great time to take photos, to take pictures, etc. Your skin is better, you're more confident. Your body wants to get pregnant, right? So this is not the time to be swiping on apps because you're probably not going to make the best decisions. Guys, if you've had girls that are like, messaging you constantly, that all of a sudden they ghost you, it's probably because they were in ovulation. And ovulation lasts for about 3 to 4 days. So this is the time when you go hard at the gym. You go for your PBs, the progressive overload safely, because this is when you are your strongest. So this is when you can really push it, right? So type in push it. And if you're not tracking your menstrual cycle, then, and I hope this is the one takeaway that you take away from this, to start tracking your menstrual cycle. Because this is honestly, this is such a shortcut when it comes to gaining muscle quickly and just getting stronger, because you're working with your body, not against your body. You're working with your energy levels, not against them, right? Okay. Then secondly, so that's ovulation. Then secondly, we go into autumn. So autumn is like Ali, Mr. Ray, and I are talking about this a lot. So autumn is when your body is slowing down. This is when you require a lot more rest, a lot more self-care. You can still maintain that level of strength, but you're not going to typically be as strong, because this is when your body is slowing down and preparing to hibernate. So this is hibernation phase, right? This is also the phase when you just feel insatiable. Type in insatiable or like hungry. If you have gone through this, I go through this when and particularly insatiable during this period. Like your metabolism is high, and you feel like you want to eat everything, right? So, and this is a time where we really need to look after our bodies and reduce too much stress as soon as possible, because that stress is going to impact your active period, and it's going to, and as you know, your stress will impact your cells. So type in autumn or luteal. So autumn and luteal is the same phase. If you get really impacted during this, I know the other girls on the team, we do, and we get really so this is not the stage to really try very hard. If we're ovulating, we're not going to have strength. And it doesn't mean that you can't. It just means you can put out energy into different things. So maybe doing more reps. Oh, thank you for letting me know. All right. Is that better? Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. Alrighty. So type in autumn or luteal if you get a little bit, if you experience any of those symptoms, you get tired, etc. Luteal, yes. So this is where we can change. So you still stick to the same exercises, but change it up slightly. So maybe do more reps instead of more weights, right? And then winter. So winter is obviously when you're menstruating, so 5 to 7 days. This is when you're on your actual period. So during winter, this is when you're at your weakest, like you're physically weakest. Why? Because your body, your urine lining is shedding, you're bleeding. So it's absolutely okay to not go hard in the gym, right? You can still, if you want to, and if you have the energy to, absolutely, you can still do strength training, but this is not the time to go progressive overloading, right? This is a time to do like lighter activities. I give this period as my time to rest because I'm so much more tired. So like as Ali said before, I take loads of naps during this period. I'm not massively strength training in the gym. I might go like 1 or 2 times, but that's about it. And I'll generally focus on upper body, right? So it's learning how can you maximize your energy levels and use them in the right way. And this is also so incredibly important with work as well, because you can utilize just also during this time. This is when you're most connected to your body and your hormones, and your left and right side of the brain are connected. So this is where you're into like yes, you are your most emotional, but this is when you are also most connected to you. So this is the best time to journal, to make to reflect on what decisions to make for yourself, what things you need to let go of. So this is a really great introspective, like you time, alone time, reflective time, right? Not the best time for massive strength training. Then coming out of that, it's like all of a sudden you just feel immediately happier. You're a lot stronger. You're not as strong as you are in your summer period. So I wouldn't like go hard and progressive overload during this period, but I would like, this is the time where your energy levels and your strength levels are coming back. So yes, go back to the gym. Yes, still do your weights. Maybe less weights. So instead of going like hard, you could go like a little lower your weights a little bit, not go for your, 6 to 8 like heavy rep range, maybe go to your 12, a little bit less weights. And then that way you're still working out. Yes, you're still, you're still getting the pump, etc., but you're not stressing out your body and you're not punishing yourself and going like, oh my God, why aren't I as strong, etc. Is something wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have different hormone levels, you have different energy levels and different strength levels during every single stage of your period of the month. And understanding that is so incredibly huge, especially with looking in the mirror, because your fluid retention, like your body hanging on to fluid, so it's not just weight, it's not fat, just water around your body is going to change. So pretty much every single week, you're going to look different when you look in the mirror, and that's normal and that's absolutely okay. Alrighty, type in help if this has helped you, like just body confidence wise so far. Yes. So these are, now I know I've got booty building top tips, but like these are amazing. These are tips not just in relation to booty building, but yes, okay, absolutely. That comes at booty building, but this is like muscle and strength building as well. Great information explained. Oh, thank you. Former partner had this device that helped counteract nutrients. Oh, Alex, like I love you so much. That is amazing. I love watching those clips on like TikTok or Instagram because it makes me feel so happy. I'm like, yes, finally a man can like understand what we go through. All the women here are like really appreciating Alex. Yes. All right. So to be able to shortcut your results, it's not just about having the right nutrition or workout plan. There are all these factors that come into play, right? So I invite you to like write these down into the chat box or write these down into your journal, because this is how you're going to get the fastest results, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. So to help build up that confidence. So having the right plan that works for you, right? Like it has to be customized to suit your specific needs. So the right workouts for you that you actually can do, have the equipment for, and actually enjoy doing, right? So like, for example, I prefer step-ups over Bulgarian split squats. And step-ups are actually, based on all the studies, they actually help build that and hip thrust, build the booty even faster, right? So like Bulgarian split squats, yeah, I did it for the first couple of years, but like I hate them just like everyone else in the world hates them. If you like Bulgarian split squats, there is something wrong with you. Like who else hates Bulgarian split squats? Type in hate Bulgarian split squats, right? So it has to be something that you, and obviously like I still did it initially because I loved having, like I love building the strength because it's such an incredible exercise that works out so many different muscles, but making sure the right workout fits for you and your needs, right? So the right workouts for you, the right workout plan. So not 1,000 exercises, but like I remember, especially just for your booty, 4 or 5 max. And if you think about it, if you're training to failure and you're like at the stage where you're like, oh my God, that was so hard, you need time to recover. So like 1 to 3 minutes to recover. You're going to be taking your time in the gym. Most of the time in the gym is you actually recovering from the workout that you just did. So workouts, then the right nutrition for you, right? Based on your body type and based on your menstrual cycle. So where you are in your menstrual cycle. So ideally, what and how you're eating should change and shift, but depending upon where you are in your menstrual cycle. Now, this doesn't mean that it's not a lot of hard work, like, oh my God, I have to make like 4 different types of meals, blah, blah, blah. It's tweaking things slightly. And I trust me, the benefits that you will feel as a result of you changing your nutrition needs based on where you are in your menstrual cycle, it's not just dramatically improves your physical results, but it makes you feel so much better because your hormones are balancing. Because instead of stressing your body out, you are supporting your body instead, right? And then again, like I said, Ayurvedic wise, for your body type. Because if I would eat cold foods all the time, my digestion wouldn't like it, my skin wouldn't like it, and that actually makes me more tired. So it's so incredibly important that your nutrition fuels you and your body type in the right way to give you energy, and that makes you feel really strong and just makes you feel it makes you feel so much better in your body. I don't know how to describe it. It's like you just feel happier in your body, right? It's like an internal smile. Then also the right workout plan that doesn't stress your body out. The right workout plan that really supplements your energy levels, because if you're going super, super hard all the time, like I explained in the last slide, you're not going to be able to do it. A, it's very, very demotivating, especially when you're going through different stages of your menstrual cycle. And B, it's not achievable. It's really not achievable, right? And if you're pushing yourself to achieve it, you're like, oh my God, I hit whatever. Like I hit 100 kg on the hip thrust last week. I have to do it this week. If you haven't slept enough, you haven't eaten enough, and you're, in your luteal phase, that's not going to happen. And if you're pushing yourself to do it, what you're doing instead is you're putting more stress onto your body, which is actually going to derail your results instead. Right? And that applies for men and women. Okay, then your mindset, like having the right plan that supports your mindset, like how do you want to look and feel about your body, and what is the most important thing to you? I know with a lot of the women that I was coaching, they had eating disorders like I did, or they wanted to gain weight, they wanted to gain muscle mass. Their thing wasn't about losing lots of weight because they were trying to gain it. So their mindset was like, how do I develop a really good relationship with my body, and how do I see food as fuel rather than food as the enemy. I stopped eating so much I had to stop eating so much salad during fall and winter. I was feeling more bloated and sluggish. Yes, absolutely. So having a customized plan for your own body type is so incredibly important, because especially if you've been trying and you're like, but I'm doing all these things and nothing's working for me, this is probably why, right? Okay, and then the second last thing is having it based on your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is going to look different to everybody else's. Kids, no kids, work, no work, work, desk work, moving around work. Like, do you work online? Do you work different hours? Do you work internationally? Like, my team is international. I'm either in Europe or Australia. My team is in the US. So like altering that. So if that alters, then guess what? Everything else has to alter as well. So making sure that it's specified for your specific needs. Like all of these, I know these are like kind of like duh basics, but they're complete game changers when it's personalized for you, right? When it's not just like, oh, like, you know, this coach is running a whatever, like a 12-week whatever program, and I'm going to buy that and do that. No, it's not going to be applicable for you. It has to be applicable for your needs. Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. Yes, exactly. And then the last thing is and I really hope this has come out like throughout this summit, is having the right support. So having the right people around you that are like 1,000% yes, you can do it, right? 1,000% yes, you can do it on a vegan lifestyle diet, eating whole foods, eating an anti-inflammatory diet, making sure that you're reducing stress, because you can work out and eat right all you want, but if your stress is high, your body's not gonna change, right? Everyone please type that in. If my stress is high, my body isn't gonna change. I'm not moving. As Coach Samira has been saying in our calls, so for each of our calls, we're giving one-on-one free coaching spots, which is insane value. Like, that is absolutely insane value. And as you've discovered, as you've experienced in our summit talks, everyone brings so much value. Like, there's a wealth of experience, there's a wealth of knowledge. My background's, I forgot to mention that I'm a health, fitness, mindset coach. I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm a rapid transformational therapist as well. So, and a life coach. So like everyone brings so much experience, and that's what we do with you. Like that's what we do in your one-on-one sessions, is we tailor it to you as much as possible, and we want to give it as much as possible. Does one-on-one coaching include bodybuilding program? Asking for my glutes. Yes, you can get a one-on-one booty building. Actually, that was one of my specialties. I was doing one-on-one booty building with my clients, because I had girls just coming up to me like, I want to grow my booty. I'm like, sure. But as you just saw, it's not just about booting your building. It's not just about baking your cake and growing your cakes. It's about so much more than that. But that is a really, really fun result. I'm back. Who got on? This is so exciting. It's like one of my absolute favorite things to do. And I just want to show you my, oh, you can't see, duh. I have a background on. I just want to show you the view that I have. I'm in Australia, and I'm just overlooking this really beautiful backyard, which I don't know if that's an Australian term. Anyway, so let me just get ready to. And I just want to say, before John jumps in, thank you so much for being here. Like, we really, really appreciate the time that you've taken out of your day or night, and wherever you are in the world. I know that they've all been different time zones. Our talks have been different times. We want to give back to you as much as possible. We've built this community, and we want to be able to help and support you, and like in all these different areas. But our goal is we want to really help you achieve your goals, and we want to make the world a more vegan place. So this has been an incredible experience for all of us. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to attend these, because you are what has made this summit so incredibly engaging, interactive, and fun and successful. And like, I've laughed so much during this. Like, I love all the analogies. So we really, really appreciate you. And we have our one-on-one coaching. We also have a vegan squad community. So you can reach out to us if you want access to that as well, where we do regular talks in there. I'm back. Who got on? This is so exciting. It's like one of my absolute favorite things to do. And I just want to show you my, like, oh, you can't see, duh. I have a background on. I just want to show you the view that I have. I'm in Australia and I'm just overlooking this really beautiful. I'm back. Who could go on? This is so exciting. It's like one of my absolute favorite things to do. And I just want to show you my, like, oh, you can't see, duh. I have a background on. I just want to show you the view that I have. I'm in Australia and I'm just overlooking this really beautiful backyard, which I don't know if that's an Australian term. Anyway, so let me just get ready to share my screen. By the way, if you needed to have a quick bathroom break, because I know that a lot of you were in the last call, please run and go do that now. And go and grab yourself a notebook and a pen. So go. Because all of my talks, they're very interactive. And what will be required is you to write some stuff down as well. Now, let me get this ready to share. By the way, whilst we're all getting ready to do that, bathroom, notebook, pen, water, all the good things, please type into the chat, what has been your favorite part of the summit so far? We would love to know. Okay, now let's present this. Okay. Excuse me. Alrighty, let me, I love the energy of everyone. I love learning about so many different topics. Honestly, everything, gut health, meditation, longevity, John's 101. Oh, I love this. Okay, I'm going to multitask and like look and work on sharing this as well as reading comments at the same time. Okay. Everything. By the way, feel free to come off mute and share as well. And I'm back. Who could go on? This is so exciting. It's like one of my absolute favorite things to do. And I just want to show you my, I'm back. Who could go on? This is so exciting. It's like one of my absolute favorite things to do. And I just want to show you my, like, oh, you can't see, duh. I have a background on. I just want to show you the view that I have. I'm in Australia and I'm just overlooking this really beautiful backyard, which I don't know if that's an Australian term. Anyway, so let me just get ready to share my screen. By the way, if you needed to have a quick bathroom break, because I know that a lot of you were in the last call, please run and go do that now. And go and grab yourself a notebook and a pen. So go. Because all of my talks, they're very interactive. And what will be required is you to write some stuff down as well. Now, let me get this ready to share. By the way, whilst we're all getting ready to do that, bathroom, notebook, pen, water, all the good things, please type into the chat, what has been your favorite part of the summit so far? We would love to know. Okay, now let's present this.